Mbumba, President of the Republic of Namibia, all ministers present, all invited guests present, and the protocol that was already this morning established. Good afternoon. At this very important occasion as the launching of the book, which is Lüderitz, A Journey Through Lifetime, allow me to invite you to read with me in the book of Psalms, recorded in 119th chapter, verses 102 until 106. And it reads as follows: I have not neglected your instructions, for you yourself and you are my teacher. However, your word is so tasty and sweet, and your instructions is so clear. I gain wisdom from you and your laws. Your word is a lamp unto me and a guide and a light on my path. I will keep your promise and obey your instruction. A very short reflection from the scripture that was read is that King David relied on the Lord's wisdom. And he's indicated that wisdom is the power that he received to inspire him in his life journey over time. He indicated the word of the Lord is a lamp unto his way and give him direction in which he needs to flow. As we have gathered this afternoon as a launching of the book, a book is not being written with somebody that has not knowledge, but receive knowledge and wisdom, gathered it together and form sentences and construct the book, of which others can gain from that knowledge and wisdom and become a useful tool that can be carried out in life. And so does others' experience are shared from time to time. This afternoon, we are also being guided that his word is a lamp on our way, and he will give us direction as we have our life journey over time. I'm quite sure that the company, Noanheim, and all his leadership has been through a life journey over time since 34 years before independence, and now has reached a milestone to launch the book, indicating their ways when they have started and what they've achieved so far. My brothers and sisters, in our life, our journey, our time, we can rely on the wisdom of God, and we can rely on the guidance of God in our path, as life is a journey that we are going through over time. This afternoon, as David relied on him, we can also rely on his life over time. And this gives us hope, because light is hope in times of challenges and darknesses. I'm quite sure that Noanheim and this leadership experience also challenges, but through the wisdom of the Lord Almighty, the leadership overcome and is rich and prosper so far. Because God said he knows that he has plans for us to prosper. And I thank the Lord that we can rely on him for guidance, and we can rely on him for wisdom to carry us through in our lives. Whatever we do, we need his wisdom to prosper in all our plans, because his plans is for us to prosper. May you and me rely on his guidance and on his wisdom as we part our journey through life, in whatever we plan, whatever we want to do to achieve our success. For therefore, for these few words, I would like you to invite you to bow our heads and pray together before the launching of this book. Heavenly Father, you are the source of all sources. We thank you for this opportunity that we have this afternoon to witness the launching of a book that was written by an author receiving wisdom and knowledge from you. We thank you that you have made it possible for the company Noanem that is published this book. May this book, Lord Jesus, inspire many young and old. May it reach boundaries. May those who will have their hands on it read the content and enrich themselves. And through that may also come to the point to attract more investors to the town, because the book is seen as Lüderitz through a journey of a time. And thus Lüderitz is a town that can grow, and we can see you have made it possible, rich in resources that you have given. We thank you for that. That Lüderitz, Lord Jesus, became in future Namibia's gateway. May you open the ways and the resources in the sea that no one and many other countries rely on comes from you. May you multiply it and may it grows, and may the operation of this company grows from strength to strength. Their leadership and everything they do, may it be acceptable in your sight. Thank you that this book is a historical tool, a book that can be used for research, and may it, when it became available, young and old benefit from it. Thank you that it will also become available in the libraries, and those who do not have the availability to be here can have access to it in future. May it inspire young minds, and may through that content in this book, others can see and establish ways to prosper, to attract more investment to this town. Thank you very much, my Father, for your presence now. Bless this book, bless this content, bless the leadership, and bless this occasion. Thank you for your presence and your guidance and your light that brings hope in our lives and the lives of many others in Lüderitz. Will create employment opportunities, and not that alone, but take us through the economic foundations higher and higher. Thank you, Lord, that you will be known with us. Bless us with your presence. Guide us, lead us, strengthen us, and direct us in everything that you do. May it be acceptable in your sight. Thank you for those who have come from far. And when they are going back, may they give you travel emergencies to travel safe back to their destination. Thank you, Father, for making it possible for the No Name Company to have those launching today. We are witness and we are grateful that we receive knowledge, and we can also document it in the history if they started before independence until now. Bless our country. We thank you for the investment of our country also through the experience that we have gained in the leadership that it make it possible to come a milestone this far. You have guided them. You have provided unto them. You have developed the factories, and you have provided wisdom. Will you continue the journey with them and bless them more for more 34 years to come? This we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor President, for that powerful prayer. Honorable Derek Claassen, Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Cabinet Ministers and Deputy Ministers present here, the representative of Ministry of Fisheries of the Kingdom of Spain, Deputy Director Molana, His Excellency Ambassador of Kingdom of Spain to the Republic of Namibia, Your Worship, Councillor Philip Balau, Honorable Aletta Fredericks, Karas, Regional Councillor, Honorable all regional governors present here, Honorable Susan Jaleka, Regional Councillor for Namingus constituency, all local authority councillors present, the CEO of Nueva Pescanova with his delegation, the chairman of the Lüderitz Waterfront Development Company, Dr. Angel Tordesillas, the board of directors of Novanam Group of Companies, Tate Pau, Memerosi, Miguel Angel Tordesillas, Lucas Lorenzo, our managing director of Novanam Group of Companies, Mr. Edwin Kamatoto, all COOs and MDs present here this afternoon, esteemed members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Should I say all protocol observed? My name is Emmanuel Namukomba, Manager for Human Resources and Corporate Relations for Novanam in Lüderitz. Some people call me Uncle Manu. Some say Tate Manu. But please feel free to call me whatever you feel. We gathered here this afternoon, united in the spirit of unity, for the launching of the revised limited edition of the book titled Lüderitz, A Journey Through Time. This is a historical moment for us at a historical place, this all-power station. We had His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Namibia, Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, this morning with the first part of this program. But unfortunately, due to state matters, he had to travel back to Windhoek. He was supposed to be our guest of honor during this afternoon. Those who did not attend the first part of this program this morning, but was hoping to come and see the President in the afternoon, we are sorry for that inconvenience. Having said that, and without further ado, I would like now to call upon our Managing Director, Mr. Edwin Kamatoto, for the inauguration introduction for this event. Mr. Kamatoto, let's move our hands together.
Director of Proceedings, I will also ask Honorable Derek Claassen, the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, and our high table, to allow me to stand on the protocol that has already been observed. Now, at the onset, and also before I start with my introductory remarks, I also wish to kindly inform the audience that the event that we are witnessing today is actually a significant one, in that exactly 7 years ago, that was on the 14th of September 2017, we launched the very first edition of the Lüderitz book, A Journey Through Time. Now, allow me also to just share with you as to why I said significant and also 7 years. Now, in the metaphysical philosophy of numerology, the number 7 signifies the Greek deity Athena and the Roman deity Minerva. Now, both goddesses of war and the city protectors. People affiliated with number 7 are usually believed to be insightful, intuitive, truthful, introspective. They are also seen to be intellectual and wise. So I'm not so sure as to whether this is just a mere coincidence, but perhaps the timing was just right for us to launch the revised limited edition today. And that is why, as we celebrated the National Maritime Museum this morning, there was an intention to ensure that we actually celebrate the launching of the 2nd edition of the Lüderitz book. But more so, we are also celebrating 7 years of the book that has captured the history. It has captured the essence as to, in terms of the movements, the developments that has taken place in Namibia. And that is the reason as to why we wanted the launch of this book to coincide with the launch of the Namibia Maritime Museum this morning. More so, I've also learned that 7 is actually symbolic and was symbolic in ancient Near Eastern and Israelite culture and literature. It communicated a sense of fullness or completeness. 7 is spelled with the same consonants as the word complete and or full. This makes sense of the pervasive appearance of 7 patterns in the Bible. And those that are, I think, from a Christian background would be able to attest to that. Today, we witness the completion of a project that has been running for quite some time, and that is of the Namibian Maritime Museum. And this afternoon, we're also witnessing the launching of the revised limited edition, which actually gives us, as Lüderitz Buchters and the Namibian people, a sense of pride and accomplishment. In preparation for the printing of this book, which is the expanded 2nd edition, the printers were not able to print in time for us to have the complete 2nd edition. But together with the printers, we agreed to do the revised limited edition. The 2nd edition will therefore be finalized in the next few months, and it will be ready as we actually celebrate Namibia's 35th independence, which is also synonymous with the existence of Novanam. So as Namibia celebrates its 35th independence, Novanam also celebrates in the same month and just the day thereafter its existence in Namibia. Now, whereas the 1st edition captured the Lüderitz of yesteryears and its not-so-distant past, the revised limited edition provides an update on certain key facets of our town and country alike, whilst the expanded 2nd edition, to be launched early next year, will encapsulate the current realities, the ever-changing business environment, and including the increasing development shaping the future trajectory of our beautiful and picturesque town of Lüderitz. Lüderitz is our town, and it is indeed our pride. This town has a promising future, and it has found a unique place, a place in the hearts of its citizenry, who are the Namibian people and visitors alike. Through this amazing story as pronounced and illustrated by this well-captured book, Lüderitz, A Journey Through Time. This book is also for all generations and captures moments in time as Lüderitz was transformed over the years, from a once prosperous southern Namibian fishing town, well known for its famous rock lobster, as well as diamonds, but also to the demise of the economy of the town at one stage, and to the further strengthening of the economy of the town and its economy right after independence, when fishing companies such as that of ours, that being Novanam Proprietary Limited, who set up shop to revive the industrious spirit of this beautiful town and its people. This year alone has been and actually also awesome moments, just as we have done this morning. More so because of the significance this town has played in the many lives of the people of this town and those from outside. Remarkably so, this gem of a town of Lüderitz celebrated its 15th Crayfish Festival with an awe-inspiring number of people in attendance. The new $100 bill was also launched in this very town where we are during the early months of this year. And this was also followed by a visit from the President of our country, His Excellency Dr. Nangolo Mbumba. And thereafter, we were also graced by the Vice President of our country, Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, during the Crayfish Festival festivities as the guest of honor. And that was also followed by the hosting, I think for the first time in the Karas region, of the Miss Namibia beauty pageant, as well as the Miss Namibia teen competition. And again, as we witnessed this morning, His Excellency Dr. Nangolo Mbumba was the one who officiated at the launch and opening of the Namibian Maritime Museum this morning. So our being here today was all made possible by the visionary leadership of the founding president and father of the Namibian nation, His Excellency Dr. Sam Nujoma, who played a pivotal role in encouraging our company, Novanam, to set up its Namibian home in Lüderitz. At the same time, our beautiful town, Lüderitz, celebrated its 34th year of independence as the first sovereign harbor town of our independent Namibia, and most of the history of this beautiful town has been captured in this comprehensive book on Lüderitz. With the launch of the revised limited edition today, which is the reason of us being here, in this historical building, as was previously said, the Lüderitz Old Power Station, which actually also belongs to all of us, the citizens and the residents of Lüderitz and the people of Namibia. And as we celebrate this rich history, we take great pride as Novanam to being the sponsor of this revised limited edition, with an emphasis on our own social responsibility that we have to capture and promote in a well-researched publication the essence of the uniqueness of the harbor town of Lüderitz, a town located in the deep southwest of the African continent since time immemorial, in terms of its rich fabric, of its often turbulent past, its current realities after 34 years of independence, as well as the promise of its potential and exciting future. Gone is the Lüderitz of the past, when it was isolated, seen as insignificantly small, obscured because some people think that it's hidden, and also abandoned from the rest of the world. This town has now become a beacon of hope, a beacon of light, and a jewel with a promise of what it offers to all its people, whether you are far or near. As we launch this book today, we continue to celebrate a story of faith, a story of hope, and a story of trust, and also that of a partnership that was forged on Independence Day between the town of Lüderitz, on which this book is based. It was facilitated through the government of the day at Independence and that of Novanam. As a Lüderitz-based fishing company, we have contributed immensely to the rich history of this town. And we are indeed deeply pleased and honored, just as we were at Independence, to be a part of this historical event, chronicling Lüderitz and our commitment with its town and its people, with this town and its people, remains to be the preferred employer of choice. For those who were here this morning, you would have learned that Novanam is and was and remains the biggest employer since independence to date. But we wish to remain an employer of choice for the people of Lüderitz and its surrounding areas, as well as for the people of Namibia at large, to remember our history as our reason for being here today, as we continue our future trajectory. This book also covers an array of sections, inclusive of, but not limited to, its environment, its peoples, some of whom have contributed to the interesting and reflective parts of this book, and who, in one way or another, have had a bearing with the past, the present, and the future of Lüderitz. This book also covers the chronology through the passage of time, its heritage and architecture, its fortunes and misfortunes, its prospects, and all that it offers to locals, nationals, and visitors alike. Lüderitz, A Journey Through Time, also depicts a futuristic view and focuses on the Lüderitz of tomorrow and the determination of its people to situate this town on the must-go-to map. And I think we've also witnessed this these past few months as a place to live, to study, and to do business, or simply just to visit and experience its kaleidoscope of sights, hues, textures, and sounds of the scenery, the desert, the ocean, the languages spoken, like the Lüderitz Buchters would say, and the dreams of its citizen. This book will also appeal to all audiences, both local and abroad, but most particularly, it will appeal to historians, the educators, and the younger people whose mission it is and will be to inform and keep the memories for current and future generations. And complementary future studies of Lüderitz would be built and expanded on its present contents. With those very few introductory remarks, I now wish to say I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. MD. Let us give him another hand of applause. The MD has given the context, the purpose, and the reason why it is important for the launching of this book and why it is, or it was important for us to be here this afternoon. Thank you very much, Mr. MD. It is now my honor to call upon the first citizen of the town, His Worship, the Mayor of the beautiful city of Lüderitz, Councillor Phil Palau.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today feels a bit like a marathon or a relay race. And I know the Olympics are still fresh in everybody's memories. It got me thinking that books like these and history, especially today that we're celebrating the rich and vibrant and colorful history of Lüderitz, and we see these bright colors in this book, it just reminded me of a relay race. History and all the knowledge is passed down over time as they would do in a relay race. The baton is passed on. And today would be another leg for this baton to be passed on to a new generation. And then I sit and I think to myself, what will be in the chapter that we're writing today? Because we have so many wonderful opportunities right now for Lüderitz and Namibia. But we have such an immense responsibility to make sure that all of these opportunities benefit the people of this community and the people of this country. And now, when we look through this book, there are chapters in it that obviously reflect the darker times, the times that we don't want to celebrate. And it again reminds me of the responsibility that we have to make sure that we don't write another chapter in that book which we will regret or that our kids will regret. So I want to applaud Dr. Tortesilas. There's an Afrikaans saying that goes, "Wat die hart van vol is, loop die mond van oor." I'll translate that to English. So basically, what your heart is full of, your mouth will run over with. And Dr. Tortesilas loves this town. I can only imagine what it must have been like in 1990 to come here with the founding father, our president, Dr. Sam Nyoma, and he saw that site where they proposed to build this factory. And now, with us, speaking as a local authority councillor with a lot of opportunities in this town, we get to show a lot of pieces of land to investors. And I can tell you, a lot of them have small heart attacks because Lüderitz is challenging to develop. And I have to applaud you, Dr. Tortesilas and the Novenam group, for sticking by it and changing so many lives. I think we also don't always consider how a single mom working at Pescanova has changed her kids' future and provided in a way that she was never provided for. And today we see some of these young leaders amongst us and doing great things. So Pescanova, you've left deep footprints in our hearts and in our history as a community. So I have a wonderful, easy job after especially Mr. Edwin has told us exactly what this book is about, to just wish you all a welcome to Lüderitz once again. And I hope that her contagious sense of spirit of buchterness contagious you as well, and that you fall more in love with this beautiful town, this beautiful history, this beautiful community. And I hope you enjoy your stay with us. A warm welcome.
Thank you very much for the welcoming remarks from the mayor. So we now all feel welcome, isn't it? Thank you. I will now call upon Mr. Jorge Escudero, Group Chief Executive Officer of Nueva Pescanova.
Thanks for pronouncing my name so good. Well, thank you to everybody. I'm going to start with my Afrikaans. Muchísimas gracias a todos los españoles que estáis aquí, ¿vale? A los que vivís aquí, a los que tenéis y hacéis el esfuerzo por estar aquí y a los que habéis venido para representarnos. Muchísimas gracias a todos. My Afrikaans is horrible, sorry. Right, so I was really thanking all the Spanish people that is here, that is representing us, or is working here and is putting all their strength in working with Novenam and Namibia. Thank you very much to all of us. Right? Okay. I'm really proud to be here. First time in Namibia, not in Africa, of course, right? And when I heard about the launching of this book, I was absolutely surprised. People at the company was telling me about a guy called Dr. T. Dr. T. So first time I hear Dr. T, I thought that this Dr. T was a rap singer. It is true. I looked in the internet. There was no Dr. T. So next thing I said is, okay, let's see if this guy is a basketball player. Because there was a Dr. J, remember? Julius Erving, he was in the Philadelphia 76ers for many years. No Dr. T in basketball as well. So I had to ask Lucas. He's our managing director for fishing in the company, right? He's a very, very important guy in this company. And then he told me that Dr. T was Mr. Ángel Tordesillas, right? And then I started to ask, who's this guy? It was my first day a year ago. So, and then my next thing was getting to know who was Miguel Ángel Tordesillas' son, right? So he was a crazy guy that arrives in Africa 40 years ago and decides to link his life and family to a country, right? And after this country becomes independent and helps with that independence, right, creates a company called Novanam, right? This company right now is the heart of Nova Pesca Nova. I think that is the biggest business that we have right now in our company, and a very, very profitable business. And we are very, very proud of being here and working with all of you, working with the country. But let me tell you another story. I look like a rugby player. Do I look like a rugby player? Do I look like a rugby player? I played for the national selection 123 times, right? And I'm absolutely destroyed. But one day in October last year, I met a guy. He's bigger than me, much bigger than me, right? And he talks about fishes and he talks about rugby. So I want to thank Derek, right, for being there and introducing me to Namibia, right, and introducing me to this fantastic country. And we had not only conversations on fishing, but we talk about balls, rugby balls, right? So that was incredible. Thank you very much, Derek, because I found a friend over there, right? So, so my trip here is Dr. T, a rugby player, right? And then I found and met Novanam. Novanam is incredible, right? Novanam, brings a lot of jobs to the country, and we're absolutely proud of making more and more jobs available, right? And I want to thank all of you for supporting us, helping us, right? And we are absolutely proud of helping this book to be an incredible book about the Lüderitz history, right? And I cannot say anything else. I want to thank, the Tordesillas family for being here, because without you, it was absolutely impossible to make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jorge Escudero. Thank you very much. Without further ado, it is now my honor to call upon the Regional Governor, Honorable Aletta Fredericks, for the introduction of the keynote speaker. Let us give a hand of applause. Thank you.
I do not know whether the person needs any introduction, because I think in the fishing industry is well known, and I've also observed that he is loved by these people that are in the fishing industry. And it also seems to me that he also like and love the fact that he is the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources. That's why you will see that any invitation coming from Lüderitz, he is always here. But thank you very much. Before I call the Honorable Minister to address us at this very momentous occasion, not only for Novanam as a company, but for Lüderitz, the Buchters, and also for the region as a whole. We have been following what they are doing, and also not just following, but we also have some experience of the good work they are doing for our country, but in particular for Lüderitz. A journey that is incredible, a journey that speaks volume, a journey that is really remarkable. We see the work that is done by Novanam, and also the people from Novanam that is working there are very lieflike mense. Are you agreeing with me? They are lovely people. People with the best attitude. I never saw them angry. I never saw them, they were mean to somebody. Unless otherwise you have seen them, I did not see that. And I also did not experience that. But nevertheless, for our visitors, I think it's very imperative for me just to give you a glimpse of who Mr. Honorable Terry Claassen is. Of course, maybe some of you just know him as the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources. But it's somebody that comes a long way and also has played a very important role in terms of portfolios that he has in the government of the Republic of Namibia to serve the Namibians on different platforms. Once upon a time, he was also a teacher. That's what I understood. He's actually hailing from Walvis Bay, but it seems as if he will relocate to Lüderitz, since he does not want to stay out from Lüderitz. Yeah. So it is really a great pleasure to me to introduce to you the officiating minister to today's book launch titled Lüderitz, A Journey Through Time. And when I check the book, I believe it was not only good times. I believe there was also challenges. You can never be the best company without any challenges that you have faced, because challenges are the ones that makes you stronger. Challenges are the ones that, you know, triggered your mind to come up with new strategies and approaches to address issues for you as a company to grow and move forward. We are honored to welcome a prominent Namibian politician, and I understand he was also a businessman. I did not know about that one. Who has made significant contributions to our nation, as I've alluded before, is also not just a respected member of parliament, but also served as a cabinet minister. His journey in education began at Commerce Teachers College, where teachers were trained, where he graduated in 1987 with a diploma in education. 1987, I think some of us, we were still very, very young. And now I know people want to find out how old I am. He furthered his studies and obtained a higher diploma in education from Ventu College in 1994. His public service career begins in 2004 as a member of the Walvis Bay Local Authority Council. So, Honorable Mayor, if you need some advice, you can also approach the Honorable Minister. He knows very well. In 2006, he was appointed to the Mayor's Forum, and in 2010, he ascended to the role of Mayor of Walvis Bay Municipality. That same year, he also became the member of the executive of association, which is known as ALAN, and was elected president of the Mayor's Forum. In 2015, Minister Claassen took on a new challenge as a member of the National Assembly and was appointed as the Deputy Minister of Urban and Rural Development. So you have a lot to learn from him, his worship. If you need guidance, he is the expert in local governance. His dedication and leadership were further recognized in April 2021 when he was appointed as the current Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources. I think assignment that he's quite doing very well. Let's give him a round of applause for that. And we pray to God that he remain. You are praying with me. Okay, so please join me to welcome Honorable Terry Claassen, the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, to address us. Let's rise for him, please.
Can we please be seated? You know, before I start, I have a very serious assignment in front of me. Yesterday I came to Lüderitz with the President. He allowed me to fly in his plane. The President's plane. Ek het in hy vliegtuig kom vlieg met die President. Oh, it was nice. Lekker. And I felt so good. I'm just the minister, sort of in attendance. Not really, because Minister of Public Enterprises is also here in it's his event basically, and the President is officiating. And I feel, I'll just have a low profile here. Oh. Then I hear last night, the President say, I'm going back. And I start now, toe voel ek nou bietjie bekommerd. Hey, wat gaat die aan? And the President is going back. Okay. Then after lunch today, the President said to me, listen, you remain here and you look after the people here. I'm going back. Wat hy vir my sê is, jy bly en jy gaan nie weer saam met die vliegtuig terug met my nie. En jy gaan aan hier so, met die goede wat moet gedoen word nog. Alles, jy moet net aangaan hier so. Ja, nou is ek in 'n ding. Now I'm standing here now as not in the shoes of the President, but in my own shoes, but I need to officiate now. And previously I could talk nice, but now I have a speech. And the President also had a speech, so I need to do justice to the speech and read it. But standing here, I hear Edwin speaking here, and I think, but he's delivering the whole speech, so why must I give the speech? Can I not just officiate the book, you know? Will it not be better? But nevertheless, if the President hears that I didn't speak what I need to speak, then I'll be in serious trouble, because he's expecting from me to deliver a speech. The other guy that was standing here, that big man, his name is Jorge. I met him in Spain. He's the big gun of Pescanova and whatever the names they call it, I don't know. But he challenged me, you know, in rugby. And he made a mistake. I was a rugby player also. I didn't play nationally, you know, maar ek het daar so vir die skool gespeel en so aan. En 'n bietjie vir die college ook gespeel en so aan. Maar ons weet ons nou almal self, nou, maar weet jy so goed gedoen nie. Maar ek is 'n African, you know, en toe moet ek op Suid-Afrika se rug ry. Toe sê ek 'n groot bok daar so, en ek praat met hom as 'n bok en ek sê vir my bokke in Nieu-Seeland en hy het vir Nieu-Seeland geskree, dink ek, en hy het my gechallenge, Nieu-Seeland sal so en so met ons maak. En toe, hulle is daar gewen en hulle is weer gewen en weer gewen, bring hulle weer. You can bring them, bring it on. Ek dink ek en hy moet bietjie skramsak. Hey, let me do my job. Director of Ceremonies, Uncle, Mano, but you didn't introduce me. Comrade Governor, thank you so much. I wonder who give you the information. I must get that person. but thank you for introducing me so nicely. All cabinet ministers, if there are any that didn't fly with the president and is here. The parliament members, I met some parliament members also. Honorable Susan Jaleka, our regional councillor for Ngami Nus. Is it correct, Susan? Ngami Nus constituency. And His Worship, Councillor Philip Balau, Mayor of Lüderitz. You must also be in my team, rugby team. Mr. Jorge Escudero, the Group Chief Executive Officer of Nueva Pescanova, Mr. Edwin Kamatoto, Group Managing Director of Novanam, our Reverend Ronnie Present. It was so hastig. I took the wrong speed. Bring the other one. When I finish this one, I read this one. Yeah, my apology. I got the protocol mixed up here. You see, here I got the right one. Yeah. Just give me 1 minute. I'm really. I observe the governor and all other governors, because I saw a lot of governors here, some governors. Neville also came with the ship, you know, that ship of Jan van Riebeck. And Honorable Susan Jaleka, the regional councillor for Naminus, and then the mayor I observe. Most important, our diplomatic corps. Our ambassadors, high commissioners that's here, I observe you. And our special representative all the way from Spain, representing the Minister of Fisheries in Spain. I'm so happy that you have come all the way. And Reverend, then I want to acknowledge Honorable Helmut Angola, one of the first ministers of fisheries, and the CEOs of all the public enterprises that's here. Hulle het so mooi gestaan hier voor. Ons het amper geld geleen by hulle. And then that is something that's why I needed this paper, something that is very, very important for me. The visitors from Spain. I met last night the brother of Miguel and his mother. Can they raise, please? Staan op asseblief. Julle praat met Afrikaans praat. Mekuki, translate in Spain for them. Let's clap for them. They came all the way to be here. Tate Bastos and Mekuki came all the way from Walvis Bay, and you know what is so surprising? They were driven by another remarkable man, Mr. Ivo de Gouveia. All the way from Walvis Bay. Clap for Alogana. I couldn't believe it. I'm afraid to drive this back road, but they took it on 180 to be here before the sun set. All the visitors from Walvis Bay and from Windhoek and other parts of Namibia, I'm happy you are here. And the fishing industry that is so important and close to my heart, all the fishing industry that's here, members, captains, and all other captains of industries that's part of this event today. You just being here, you made it for us. Julle maak het vir ons deurdat julle hier is, van dis 'n groot boek wat geskryf is. My wife Margaret, when she here I come to the book, she said, I come some. My wife Margaret and Marcia, my daughter, they are also here somewhere, I don't know where. Klap vir Lokana man, hulle het ook gekom. Ladies and gentlemen, all protocol is observed. Good afternoon. Now I start with my speech. It is a great privilege for me to preside over this August event, namely the launch of the revised limited edition of Lüderitz, A Journey Through Time, and to address a distinguished audience. Can I ask you a favor? I will continue with my speech. Forget what Edwin has said and listen to what I'm saying, because there's many similarities in the speech. I was informed that the first edition of this book, Lüderitz, A Journey Through Time, was published in 2017 and launched in the month of September, as we do today in this very same month. As part of Novanam's celebration of the opening of the Namibia Maritime Museum, they published a limited revised edition, the expanded second edition, which will incorporate the ever-increasing developments happening in Lüderitz. I was reliably further informed that it will be published in time for the 35th anniversary of Namibia independence celebrations in March 2025. I don't know why they say I was reliably informed. Edwin said it here openly to all of us. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you I will not be long. I cut some of these things. The importance and relevance of capturing the many and varied facets of Lüderitz through time in a book is so that all of us can remember our past and our present to make for a better future for all in the town, the region, and indeed our country, Namibia. This Namibian southerly coastal town, which was initially named Lüderitz. Oh, dis waarvan af het kom. Lüderitz. Nee. En hierdie mense wat in Lüderitz bly, hulle kan nie goed so verander, toe sê hulle ons is boegters. En dan sê hulle die boeg maak moeg. Ja, oh, dis van die naam af. Ay, hierdie ou het nogal hy word nogal boei na gekyk nou, Lüderitz boeg. After the German businessman Adolf Lüderitz in 1886 has a very rich history that merits its telling to all generations. On another hand, this town, whose constituency was renamed to Naminus in 2013, has a legendary tapestry of history, architecture, local economy, adventure, geography, and offerings, which is unique. Makaula is here. Is the principal Makaula, did he come? I invited him. I invited him with a specific reason. He was here. But anyhow, vertel maar vir hom agterna wat het gesê. In 2013, I was sitting in Okundiva, the trade fair, and I met Makaula there. I mean, I met him before, but I met him there also. And that was the time the name change of Lüderitz now. But it was not the town, you know, that was changed, but it was the constituency in Naminus. And the people of Lüderitz, they thought the name Lüderitz has changed to Naminus. Ooh, hierdie boeg was omgekeerd geweest. Kom maar, mentjies, I acknowledge you also, my Swapo party coordinator. Dat was die mekaar hier, nee. En die mense, en as 'n paar van hulle wat daar mee kom sit, en a few of them come and sit there with me in Okundiva, and they say, what does the government mean to change our beloved boeg to Naminus now? I have to calm them down. I say, calm guys, calm. Lüderitz will stay Lüderitz. It's like PE, you know, when they change the name from PE to... Hey, sy sê dit so kwaai, die woord. Gebega. Ek dink nie die PE, hulle noem hulle mos ook byeenaars. I don't think they are very happy also when the name changed. But we must keep on with progress, you know. And it's not the town of Lüderitz name that changed, but it is the constituency. And Susan is very proud about her constituency. And you really have a lot to offer in this beautiful place. Visitors to this town are amazed by the stark contrast of the cold Atlantic Ocean Sea next to the oldest desert in the world, the Namib, accompanied by strong winds, also unique in this part of Namibia. Let me tell you another story. The King of Belgium was here. And maybe I must not tell it. Otis hier, record ook alles. And so the King of Belgium was here, and I was the minister in attendance. And there was a private day, and I was just told, I was not there. There was a private day when they were private, and they went into the way to a sandwich harbor there in the desert, you know. And when they see the sea, the cold Atlantic Sea, he was now getting out of his car, and he likes to sculpture, what he calls paint. He likes to paint, and he do some painting. And one of his officials, highly officials, is like a minister, you know. She go off and she dive in the ocean, and the Atlantic Ocean is not to play with. And after the diving, she was not so happy anymore as when she went into the ocean, you know. So just to share with you that our Atlantic Ocean is, people come from all over the world to just have a dive into it and feel, is this water really as cold as they say, the cold Atlantic Ocean? By sponsoring this well-illustrated publication, Nova NAM will help readers, present and future, to understand Lüderitz from its humble beginnings throughout its, at times, disturbing history, its present realities, and the wonderful opportunities this remarkable town has offered and continues to offer for this life. Let's give Nova NAM a round of applause. Die wat jy verstaan, die klap hande van Nova NAM. What is an offer in the town of Lüderitz ranges from the natural resources, from the ocean and onshore, the wind. Now when I come to the wind, I put there something, and I want to talk about the wind. Is the wind, do we need to put in the wind here? Lüderitz, the wind. I heard before I come, I heard the wind have really maak julle die mekaar hier so in Lüderitz. And since I know Lüderitz, my first time coming here, there was wind. And here the wind doesn't blow like in Walvis Bay. In Walvis Bay, it's like a klein korreltjies, small korreltjies, like salt, what do you call it, you know. But here in Lüderitz, it's big boulders, big stones. If it hit you against the head, you can be unconscious even. So be careful, my visitors. Jorge, I don't want to make you afraid of Lüderitz. Nice place, nice place. Don't worry about the wind. Ja. Julle los julle mula hier so. So the wind, and with this green hydrogen and everything coming, the wind is really one of your biggest resources, and minerals as well as its various infrastructures and massive project rollouts currently being created that will help Lüderitz achieve its economic, educational, and social goals. Nova NAM itself, I'm told, is and will remain an intrinsic part of this town's fabric of history, economic, and social endeavor. The first vertically integrated fishing business investment in Lüderitz, right at the time of Namibia's independence in 1990, when this town was the only seaport in Namibia because Walvis Bay remained under colonial rule until 1994. For you people that come from far, for 4 years we were still, I almost use another word, enslaved or something, but for 4 years we were under colonial rule, and I stayed there under that colonial rule in Walvis Bay. If I want to go from Walvis Bay to Swakop, Mr. Ivo, you know the story. We have to go through a roadblock, 30 kilometers, and then we are in Namibia. We have to go to the road, through a roadblock. And if you play sports and stuff, you must be ready with your ID. En moenie dink jy gaan afkoel in die Swakopie en terugkom by toe nie. Hulle vat vir en hulle gooi vir jou in die hokke wat hulle daar gehad het. Julle ken mos die storie, man. Of ken julle nie?
You Namibians, you know most the story how it was. It was tough that time to stay in Walvis Bay and go to Swakop. No enjoyments too much in Swakop because you'll be in trouble when you pass those guys. I'm always moving to the closure. The founders of Novanam took really, as it was explained also here, and I think Mr. Dr. T, I think it needs a lot of convincing for him to come and invest here in this beautiful town of Lüderitz. So the founders of Novanam took a big risk to bet all those years ago, but it could envision to the potential of the town and the area, even though it was marginalized during the colonial times. Fisheries and aquaculture, which I take great pride in overseeing, remains the most important economic activity in Lüderitz. At this point in time, which is aided by unique, why must they put such high words, meteorological and oceanographic conditions by way of the Benguela current system that supports rich fisheries grounds and the several fishing companies that operate with it. And I am very pleased that this book captured this importance. It's the first time I'm also in a book. I look very important in that book. That's why when I come in, I ask the governor, come let me look. Because I know that Tordesillas, he wanted me to take a picture sometime. I say, come, let me look. I say, oh, here I am. I feel so proud. I feel so proud. And I'm so happy I'm being asked to officiate this book. Most of these fishing companies in Namibia are based in Walvis Bay because of the many handicaps experienced by operating from the remote south. I recognize this, and the government, through the Marine Resource Act, encourage regional development, particularly in the previously disadvantaged areas such as Lüderitz. Klap hande vir ons. Your government has realized this, and they encourage this. Through this act, the Marine Resource Act, we facilitate regional development through the issuance of fishing rights and the allocation of fishing quotas. The government recognized Lüderitz as a major fisheries hub in Namibia, and the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources is determined to encourage more fisheries volumes through this isolated harbour town to realize the quantities and goals necessary for optimal value addition. Earlier this year, the annual Crayfish Festival celebrates its 17th year, and I was very happy to be part of it and to witness it, and how much it was grown and interest in participation over the years. Ek word te bly. Hoekom moet dit so wees? Over the years, but ek is amper klaar. En julle weet nie, you know, this times of the Crayfish Festival, it is the time that everybody's here, everybody in Namibia. The establishment is booked fully. Everybody wants to be in Lüderitz, you know, because that is where they get their name, Lüderitz Boeg, and die boeg maak moeg uit dit. So the Crayfish Festival is it's something, and I don't know whose baby was it, but Meme Amupewa. Is she maybe here? Is she not here? She was one of the founders. Parliament is busy, and my colleagues are in Parliament, and I'm standing here. So Meme Amalia is also there, and she was one of the founders with some leadership here that started that project. Fluxman, of course, Fluxman. Where's Fluxman? Where's Fluxman? Yes, you know that history of the Crayfish Festival. We spoke so much about it that we leave it out today. But I just want to mention it's also in that book. And another aspect of this book, which I am pleased about, and which the ministry is also intimately involved in partnership with other government agencies is the Lüderitz waterfront. There it is. There it is, and there's the man. This ambitious project, as witnessed earlier today with the opening of the Namibia Maritime Museum, showcase all that is good about Namibia is an investment, education, and tourist destination. I am particularly excited by the Namibia, by NAST, commitment to the satellite campus in this complex that we are here. And that means if we have NAST here, people from the south, they can have access to a fully fledged university here in Lüderitz at this building that we are standing on today. So that is really a great achievement. And Fluxman, thank you for convincing them to come here. Let's clap. Let's clap. En Afrikaans sê hulle gee die blomme terwyl die mense lewe. Give them flowers while they are still alive, you know. When they are dead there in the grave, you know, they cannot see it. He said it's true. You can say true when you come here. To the satellite campus in this complex, as well as breathe new life into the town. And the Namibian Maritime Museum will attract tourism for all corners of the earth. These two initiatives will go far in pushing the agenda of education, which is most important pillar in the government's plan of growth and development and its investment agenda. Because the Minister of Education, she was also here, I don't know if she's still here, but she was also here this morning, and this is very important also, a very important agenda point for her. For example, the modernization of this town's harbor, which will attract more investment funding and opportunities so necessary in the south of Namibia. That's why this morning I saw Mr. Kanime here, but he came for that other part, and I saw Jerome here, and I don't know if Jerome is still here. And Namport really is also playing an equally important role in the town of Lüderitz. I know the crayfish fisherman is always crying, Namport. He said, no, don't worry, Namport is together with us. We are one Namibia, one nation, and one government. I highly recommend you all to read this book, to truly appreciate all that is good and inspiring about this unique town, which has stood the test of time, despite its many challenges and constraints. Think back, somebody said that Diaz came here in 1487 or 88. Diaz, you know Diaz de Gama, those guys that I talked that Neville came with. They came 1480. So this town is standing for so many years. How many years is that? Otis, can you tell us how many years is that? He says over 100, over 400 maybe. So ladies and gentlemen, I've come to the interesting part of today. I don't want to say thank you, then it means I'm going to sit. So I'm done with my speech, but I still have another task to do, so come help me. What must I do now?
The next item is for Dr. T to come to the podium.
Okay, let me say, I thank you. Okay, man, I clap for me. Yeah, I didn't know there's a serious thing going on now.
Let's give the Honorable Minister another hand of applause, please. Thank you. Thank you. There are, before I go to the next item, there are a few announcements that I would like to do or to announce. There is a car with a registration number 194 NL blocking someone's entrance to his or her garage. 194. Please assist there. And then all journalists present here are invited immediately after the book launch to a media event to take place in one of the getaway rooms here, the Cornelius Fredericks room, conference room, Cornelius Fredericks conference room. Please, all the media representatives, you are invited to go there after this event. And then there will be a Spanish ballet at 1800 hours. 1800 hours. Just after this book launch. Those are the announcements. And now I would like to call upon Dr. Angel Tordesillas to come to the podium. Dr. Tordesillas is the former chairman of Novanam, and he is the author of the book titled Lüderitz, A Journey Through Times. So he will be now handing over copies of the limited revised edition to the Honorable Minister Derek Claassen.
No, well, I can say, well, thank you, Mr. Minister, a revised edition, but the final edition will come before the next Lüderitz Graphics Festival, in which we'll have about 20 more pages than this one, and will state all the new events that are happening in Lüderitz. The green hydrogen, the Kerl Blue, the launching of tourism facilities, and really it is something that will appear in the next edition that is in the process of being made. This book was recommended by the parent company in Spain, and we work here, I mean, in conjunction with my son, who is my boss now. But I mean, I can say many things about that. Mr. Minister, yes, please receive the book, and also you will notice, or perhaps you have noticed, that the preamble, it has been written by you, beautifully written. And the picture
Tell them.
The preamble was written by you, and you made a wonderful and a very touching introduction. I am very grateful, and all of us, on behalf of the sponsors, Novanam and Lalandi, they will just, your signature. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. T, that I'm the first one to receive this book now, and this is symbolizing that this book is launched officially now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. T. Let us now welcome the Regional Councillor for the Ngamingus constituency for the vote of thanks. After the vote of thanks, we will then have the AU anthem and the national anthem.
Thank you very much, Director of Proceedings, Uncle Manu. You said we can choose. I choose Uncle Manu. Honorable Derek Claassen, the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, allow me to please execute the duty that I was given and acknowledge the protocol. After a very long, exciting, successful and a historic program and of activities, and it's still ongoing, I would like to thank all of you, locally, nationally, internationally, visitors who has come to support us and who have made time out of many, many other. You could have set aside programs and have saved this date to be here. And that is very much appreciated from us as locals to this extent that at this event of a book that has been launched is about history. Many a times history got lost. History is misinterpreted. But we thank the wise men and women who has dedicated themselves to write this book. Dr. T, we continue to give our thanks and moreover so to Novanam and Pescanova. In fact, Honorable Governor, I heard you were saying you don't know these people of Novanam. I'm a product of Novanam. I've started early my career at Novanam as a senior administrator in the accounts department. And also as a resident of Lüderitz, born as a Buchter. We would like to align ourselves with institutions and people of goodwill. Thank you, Novanam, the entire leadership, Miguel, your staff, all of them who has contributed in one or another way. Small contributions, but impactful to us all. I think you all must be applauded to that. Please give them a round of applause. We are going to give or to have takeaways of clear indicators which has throughout the day and continue to help us grow the economy and social environment of Lüderitz. Honorable Minister, what we have learned here and we are going to take forward is about culture. Very important what the book will illustrate about perseverance and commerce business at the end. So if we take away all those three and we practically implement activities allowing to preservation, culture, and business commerce, we will see a brighter future for Lüderitz. Thank you very much thus far, and I wish you all still a blessed afternoon. Thank you for your attention, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Councillor Jaleka. Give her another hand of applause, please. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the last announcement before we all rise for the anthems is there will be some refreshments immediately after the launching. Just here in front at the foyer, please feel free to come and grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, or anything that is available. Shall we all rise, please? For the AU and the national anthem. Thank you very much. We have come to the end of our official program.